My name is Jared Knipper, and I'm the host of Bird Dog Tales. Last week, we put out our first episode number 1, about Totem. I want to take just a moment to kind of talk about why Bird Dog Tales, who we are, how we came to this, and introduce you to some of the guys that are going to be on the podcast. Like I said, my name is Jared Knipper. I work at Boberosa Gundogs. I kind of co-founded it with my dad, Bob Knipper, who was on the podcast last week. And we've talked about this for a couple of years. And like there's a universal theme with all these guys that come to us with their dogs. They always tell us a story about the best bird dog they ever had. And it's something you hear and you listen to and you enjoy listening to those stories. But my background in life has come from, I started off as a police officer, as a school resource officer. I've been a kindergarten teacher, an elementary teacher, elementary school principal, and now I do some educational consulting for a company around project-based learning. Through all of that, I've been working towards my PhD, which hopefully will be done in December. You never know. It comes and goes. You get a really good start on it, and then you kind of fade off at it, and it doesn't quite work the way you wanted it to, as far as timing always, right? But in those research and study, they came across this idea of dispositional awe and the benefits that being in a state of awe creates for people. And those things create a better sense of wonder and curiosity about the world, a sense of the small self, so you're much smaller in the bigger picture of the world, as well as a sense of community, a better collaboration with people. And as you reflect upon this and this idea that we've had years ago that we've just taken forever to get off the ground, you start to realize that in your life, there's a few things in your world that consistently gives me awe in life. Obviously, your faith, your family are big contributors to what awe is. But I get a lot of awe watching a dog do its thing, and specifically watching a dog do its thing in the wilds that we have in this country, the public land, the private land, the places that we get to take these dogs and let them do what they love to do. I've coached softball and things like that. I used to tell my ball players that you got to make the game slow down. You got to be able to see the ball slower. The best in the world are able to slow things down. And the thing that they'd always ask me is like, well, does it slow down for you in baseball and softball? I'd always laugh and say, no, that's not the thing. The thing that slows down for me in my head, that kind of puts me in that moment of awe, is the flush of a bird over a dog. And what takes a tenth of a second to pull up and shoot that bird feels like an eternity in your head. And you play those moments over and over and over in your head. And that moment of awe and the thing that gives you such a great experience, a memory, and those snapshots of the rolls of things that go through your head over and over and over are those moments that I've had in these wild places with these dogs. So merging those two things together into this podcast, Bird Dog Tales, we want to look for the guys that kind of get this. They understand the benefit of the dogs and what we have and those moments that we spend with them and those memories that we carry on forever, because we've all got them. Some of us are lucky enough to have a few, but the best dog you ever had story. We're excited for the upcoming months. We've got several people that have already reached out, lots of former customers. They want to tell the story of the dogs that have passed on or some that are getting close to it because they've gotten a little long in the tooth. And we look forward to seeing what those experiences bring to those people, to relive those memories of not only training, but the experiences that they had once they left us here at Boberosa Gundogs. You're going to see a few folks on here off and on. You're going to see Bob Knipper, the founder of Boberosa Gundogs, my father. You're going to see the guys that we say stuck around with us and they've become an integral part of our family. You're going to see Carson and Drew and Josh, and you're going to see Darcy maybe every once in a while when he comes around, and lots of customers that kind of come and go and want to share these stories with their dogs. So these episodes are going to drop every week the best we can. We're going to show up to some hunt tests and some field trials and be recording some people's stories of people that we haven't met or aren't associated with our kennel business. Hopefully share some triumphs and stories that are happening in our dogs and the dogs that we're training for customers. And just keep this thing going, because it's just something that we think, frankly, is just going to be fun. We get to live this life more and more and more and do more things that alongside of it. We look forward to what could be with this and sharing the true heroes of the hunt, the dogs we hunt by.